Kevin Reyes first in the chat. What's up, brother? Happy Friday to you. Let me know how the audio sounds, the music, if it's good, etc. Might give it a second. Like I said, let me know how the audio sounds, how the mic sounds, if there's some music playing. Doc82 in the house. What's up, brother? I'm gonna definitely be trying to. Let me show you something, Doc. I don't usually buy these crystals, but yesterday, moment of weakness, bought 2, and then bought 5, which is why I have 89 units. Let's go to skill, and I got this bad boy. The kid, she is in bed. She is the real star. She's my money maker. I'll have to do a daytime stream with her, just begging for donations or something. But I got this bad boy. Time to wake him up. It's gonna take about all I can do over the next few days to get him awakened. But when I do, I've got, oh, let's see here, inventory. I got 20 generic 6 stones and 66. So I'll be able to max him out right out of the gate and take him in with Ghost Rider and probably Ultron. I'm running Wolverine today, giving him a shot. But no matter who I seem to bring, I always lose him in the second section, and then Ultron and Ghost Rider make me the rest of the way through. And if I can get Ghost Rider to apply those judgments with a 100% ability, then boom. Young Money, what's up, brother? Happy Friday, everybody. Just kind of gonna chill out, grind some arena, maybe in the stream with a little gift to myself, a little surprise gift. So that should be fun. So I'm just gonna get started, man. I'm gonna be here for a while. People coming in and out. Tell your friends, tell your mama, all that good stuff. Bring them in. So we'll just start this out. Some of my champs are still on refresh, but I got enough here that by the time I get to the end, they should be back around. Amino89, B Manny himself is live. That is correct. I don't have very good internet, so I have to use my cell phone service as my basically my provider whenever I stream. And it kind of eats up my data, so I got to be picky and choosy about when I can stream. And I think my last and only live stream was whenever I 100% in Labyrinth. So it feels good to be back. I really enjoy this stuff. Doc, you have him at Sig 89. He is worth it. Oh man, I've been looking for somebody to use those skills Sig stones on. And you know what's funny? I actually have 0 rank 5 4 stars. They're all I've got the 2 5 stars and then a rank 3 Hawkeye as a 5 star, but no 4 stars at rank 5 skill wise. So he'll be my first. I used to have Crossbones and Black Widow, but of course when they had rank down tickets with 12.0 and what they did to him, I just kind of didn't really see the need to keep her up there anymore. Grand scheme, my sidekick is asleep. At least she better be, because if she's not, she's getting in trouble. Ugh. Yeah, I know she's the star, guys. Don't rain on my parade too hard. uh, she has so much fun doing that. And actually, to be honest with you, that last one where she did all the commentary, I wasn't even going to do a video. I just kind of wasn't really feeling like it, and I asked her if she wanted to, and I was like, you know what, let's try something different. You wanna do all the talking? And man, she was all about it. So I kind of just turned her loose, gave her a few pointers on what to say here and there, and man, she just really rolled with it and had a lot of fun, getting a lot of good feedback. So anything I do to have fun, A, in the game, and B, with my kids, is double whammy for sure. Grant, you can come, you can go. I know it's about your bedtime, man. Once you reach like 65 years old, I know that, after like 6 p.m., you don't eat after 4, I think it is, right? And then you got to get your prune juice, your nightlies in, and then by 7 o'clock you're out. So I know it's past your bedtime already. Good thing no one else is on. Screw you guys, man. You like your place in Fort Loki? You keep it. If you say nice things. High Speed Pursuit. What's up, brother? Just coming to hang out, play some arena, try to grind out this blade here. I've seen some other guys. I know DJ Ray Ray's well up over 12. Gato. Oh man, that freaking guy. He's a monster. Every time I think about like trying to shoot for number one in something, I just think of him, and I just don't even try. He's over like 16 already or something silly. Doc, you're right. She gets away with murder, bro. She has me wrapped around her little finger. But to be honest, she has been like the easiest child in terms of like school discipline, all that. It's my son though that well, I don't know if y'all got kids or not, but they are rarely the same person, and he is a handful. And you know what? I think it's just payback because he is exactly like me, hard-headed, mischievous, all the good stuff, everything that I would want him to be. So it's all good, man. It's all good. I wouldn't trade any of my life experiences for where I'm at today. Now, granted, I probably could have made some better decisions and not gotten into some of the things I did, but we're all still here. I'm still alive. Things are good. Life's good. That's true, Gran. You don't want to drink too much, man. That prostate. I think Doc can help you out with that. He's got like a in-service for Loki house call thing he does, where he lubes it up and gets you back in order. Hey, if your kids would do it, I'd say leading role, man. Let him take over. I'm waiting to see how many views that one gets. My opening the previous Friday or week before, whatever it was, reached well over, I think it's right around 5,000 views now, and I think part of that might be the simple fact that it had the 10 brutal ruler, the new crystals everybody was all hype about. So, but with her being lead role, man, she just takes over the show. And yeah, I don't really, I can wait until they're teenagers, bro. I know what it was like when I was a teenager. I can only imagine that it's going to be very similar. So, Doc says, son's good to go, live on his own, but his daughter, drama, drama, drama. Yeah. Even though she's like totally sweet about everything, don't get me wrong, I definitely sense that she's got some attitude to her, which, like I said, which is cool. I'm gonna just roll with the punches, and man, like I said, dude, whenever I was growing up, I got grounded I don't know how many times. I did sneaky stuff I don't know how many times. I got picked up from jail twice before I was 13. So yeah, live and learn, man, live and learn. Cool Cat Gaming, hey man, I really need help on how to beat the Bane node. I need those rewards from Loki, please help. Yeah, just play it like timing. When you parry, right, you don't have to start attacking right away. So what I would do if I were you would be to, I don't know who you're using, so if you could tell that too, whenever you get started on him, do a 5-hit combo, maybe get in another 5-hit, and then I actually have a video coming out tomorrow where I do beat him. I slip up a couple times, but he's really not too bad, especially with the life transfer. Time your parries and time your attacks, and you can slow down your 5-hit combo. I'll show you on this next fight. You don't have to be a button smasher and 1 2 3 4 5 as quick as you can. You can kind of space it out so you can time it. See, watch 1 2 3 4 5, real nice and easy, or you can go 1 2 3 4 5. So what you want to do is just kind of, you got to be watching that timer, and he's not going to evade from you or anything. So as you're doing your combo, watch your timer, and when it gets down to about a quarter of the way from where it's getting ready to, the timer's gone 3/4 of the way around, and he's getting ready to transfer that Bane, get your parry off, wait until that very last second before he's getting ready to be on stun, and then just start your combo. So that's about it, man. Bane's not too bad. I do have a video on my channel as well, entitled "How to Deal with Bane." It's not the greatest because I kind of just did it rough, on the go, like right as I went into it. So, but there's some videos out there on doing it. Amino89, do you guys recommend using an Awakening gem on a 5-star magic in rank 4 away for Ghost Rider and Voodoo? Oh man, if do you already have magic, the 5-star magic? Because if so, dude, she's worth it. Uh, the limbo and being awakened, her duped ability is amazing. Her prestige is amazing. She's totally worth it. Ghost Rider doesn't necessarily need to be awakened. Voodoo definitely does. If I had the choice though between Voodoo and Magic, I'd take Magic all day. Now maybe someone like Cameron, if he's around, he's got really good insight on Voodoo because he's got him as a rank 4 5-star. But personally, I'd take Magic. Quick shot. Hello, sir. I tried to wait and see if you'd clear that first node for me before moving up, but then I got impatient and I went, so it's all good. Gran, you're almost done with your 13, then start again in 5 years. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I did 2 and out, man. 2 and out. I'm done. I went and saw a Doc 82 and took care of that business. 2 and out. Exotic, hello. Good to see you. Welcome to a rare B Manny live stream where we have arena, Q&A, and general bad life advice all night long. You just got your lightning adapter for your Elgato. Time to get everything figured out. Nice, man. I don't have any experience with those Elgatos just because it wouldn't really fit my streaming and everything like that. But from what I've seen and heard, you know, with Joel, I know he uses one. I think Legacy does too, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, the Analyzer, and I'm sure numerous people throughout the gaming community use them. So really good things. Anytime you can get a wired connection, it's usually better, for sure. And Doc82 says that Amino, I'd use the gem on Magic. Yeah, man. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Cool cat. Let me go back here. Alright, so you're going to use your rank 4 dupe Dr. Voodoo or rank 4 Hyperion as a 5-star to deal with Loki? Shit, man. I use my 4 stars to do it. I use like Wolverine and Magic and Scarlet Witch. So yeah, dude, if you got those champs, you should be a walk in the park for sure. Even if you're talking about a 440, I don't think you'd have any issues whatsoever. Oh man, Blade's awesome. That's only the second fight I've done with him. That was so fast. Yeah, quick shot. Cameron did take Magic up on dude. He really likes her, and man, if he had her awakened too, he'd like thoroughly enjoy her. Hey Vincent, what's up, brother? Yeah, man, that Colossus gives Wolverine trouble. I think X23 might do better for you there. Next time I bring her into, because I'm swapping her out with Wolverine. I wanted to test the regen since I'm running Suicides. Next time I bring her in, I might take that fight from you or something one day just to test it out and see how she does. She's just a rank 3 5-star, so I mean, you know, if you've got her, you probably got her dupe too as a 4-star, you know, rank 5, be about the same, and just kind of see what kind of damage she does. Exotic, do you run with Suicides for general use? Yeah. I I really have throughout my career in this game have been a big proponent of not running Suicides. Honestly, I really like to use my specials. I like to be able to fight bosses, all that good stuff. And with heal block and everything else, you know, you really can't. But then I ranked up some immune champions first of all, and then when they changed Alliance War to where basically the highest defender rating wins, it became beneficial. And so I kind of found a mastery build that incorporates both Mystic Dispersion and the Suicides at a pretty steady pace. Like I have max willpower, max coagulate, so I take pretty minimal damage. So yeah, I run them full time now. Although, like I said, they're not ideal all the time, and if I'm doing some story stuff, like Act 5, when it came out, I had to take them off just because the paths are so long, you'd die, so. Amino, yes, I have her. My rank 4s are Star-Lord, Archangel, and Blade. Nice. Only thing awakening magic is I'm a really big Ghost Rider fan. Oof. Hmm. Yeah, those are some sick 5 stars, dude. That's amazing. Yeah, Doc, you wouldn't waste a gem on Ghost Rider. I have a gem, and man, I would really struggle with not using it on him, just because he does get that extra Fury Judgment, and his damage, ramps up pretty pretty insanely when you get that Fury buff going. All right, Grant, take care, buddy. I'll be around for a while. I'm not really sure how long I'm gonna stream tonight, but I'll be around for a while. So I am Prince. Hey there, be many. So how do you like Blade? So far, so good. I've only done 2 arena fights with him, and it's just been over with before I could even see anything, hardly. So I need to take him out, maybe some general questing. I want to get him to rank 5, Sig 99 first. And if I do miss him in the arena, I actually have a generic awakening gem that I'll just chuck that on him. Not even worry about it. I really don't ever go for features. This is only the 3rd time I went for Nebula and Yondu, and haven't gone for one since. And so this is the first time since then that I'm actually going for a champ. I kind of have the time, man. I worked my ass off the last couple weeks, and kind of got caught up on some stuff, and don't have to work this weekend, so it's time to just grind it out. Most famous nobody. B-Man, are you free to play or pay to play? A little both, man. I definitely have spent money on the game, no doubt. I have 100% Labyrinth of Legends, and I'm not a Brian Grant where I can just farm and farm and farm, so I kind of paid to get that done. But no, man, I don't mind spending money on the game, but that's everybody's lifestyle choice and stuff, you know. I would never advocate anybody spending something on something that they cannot afford, especially it's a piece of recreation, something like that, entertainment. So as long as it fits in your budget, you know, do what you want. But otherwise, free to play. You can get a lot of places in this game if you just grind and grind and grind. So it's either time or it's money, one or the other. Contest champion in the house, Brian Grant. Man, missing your live streams, bro. I'm doing a terrible job at trying to fill your gigantic Big D shoes. So anytime you're ready to get back online, man, you just you say the word. We'll put out some tweets and all that good stuff. Have a little welcome back party for you. I'm sure people are stoked to chat with you again and just throw dollar bills your way. Make it rain. Omega Mutant, yes sir. Yes sir, I got a little bit of data left on the month. It just reset like a week or 2 ago, so I can burn a little bit up here to hang out with you guys. Sounds like fun to me. Got 15 in the house. Aaron C, good to see ya. And I'll tell you what, suicides though, I forgot who was asking about it earlier. One build I really like is with just double edge, which of course doesn't affect the healing of any of my champs because I'm not poisoned all the time. I really like running just that, and arena wise, like the speed's about the same, but the damage you get from that additional liquid courage is just, I mean, it's phenomenal. I average over the course of like a full run 30 seconds per fight, so I can do a lot of arena in that amount of time. It doesn't take very long. Amino, you've been messing around a lot with Blade. He's Ultimate Mystic Slayer. Tried him against 5.3 Dormammu and took 40 hits. Well now, that sounds delicious. I would love to get him as a 5-star. I kind of blew my load. I took 2 shots at Mephisto and I missed. So I'm just kind of back to saving, and I think whoever I take a stab for next, I want to have at least 3 crystals for. So I don't know if I'll get a chance whenever Hela and Thor come back around, or come around for the first time next month. I doubt I get enough for them, but the featured champs in December might not be a bad time to go for somebody. Just see who they are, of course, first. But Might not be a bad idea just because the basic pool at that time will incorporate, oh, what is it, Iceman, Gwenpool, Stark and Spider-Man. No, he might be in January. But there's a lot of great champs coming in December. So consolation prize at that point might not be too bad. Most famous nobody. Do you think Kabam will add 5-star shards or a full tier 2 alpha to the November December calendar? Mm, 5-star shards, possibly. A full tier 2 alpha, from my memory, I only remember seeing that one time. I can't quite remember when that was, which was awesome, don't get me wrong. Shards, maybe a full one. The price on them has come down, you know, how they're valuing them. But I don't know if I see them giving away a full one or not. I mean, it'd be awesome, don't get me wrong. I'm like 5,000 shards away from having my 4th, so I'll have it here by the end of Alliance Quest, or close to it anyway, in a week. So your boss rush Mephisto procced his aura only one time the entire fight and didn't trigger his regen. Man, that's great. You can kind of rinse that fight with Quake too, playing Quake style, but Blade, I mean, you know, with the bleeds and stuff too, that's awesome. Cameron in the house. Bad life advice, unheard of. Visit my line chat, step into my office. I will tell you all types of ill shit that you should not be doing with your life. Leah Code, I've only got liquid courage and you love it. 30 seconds per arena round, 30 seconds for loading screens, rip Android. Yeah, iPhone is always been where it's at, and 30 seconds is the great thing for sure. If you're gonna, I mean, it depends too. I mean, if you run a lot of poison immune champs, you know, if you run like Hulk or Captain Marvel, then running Liquid Courage might not be a bad option for you. But you might try Bleed with Max Coagulate. I know it takes 3 extra points, but it's 0 damage essentially for all your champs that aren't bleed immune, and then the ones that are, like Ghost Rider, Ultron, they benefit, you know, fully from it because, well, Ghost Rider, he's not poisoned, so it doesn't affect his healing whatsoever, and the damage is just insane. And you know, you can of course recuperate all your recoil damage from placing judgments and everything. And he's one of the main reasons I went with deep double edge, because of course the immunity, and then like I said, his regen right now is like 320 something because he is being poisoned, but if I've only run in the one suicide, just the bleed one, then his regeneration is well over 400 per tick per hit, so he gains quite a bit from it. Mohammed, hey B-Man, who's better, Angela or Hyperion? I think they're just two totally different champs. Hyperion's got the bleed immunity. I'm sorry, the poison immunity, which Angela doesn't. I don't think. You know, honestly, I'm not big, really up on Angela. Joel Line has a video on her, and he, you know, really breaks it down and kind of talks about her, and I've been meaning to watch it because I just duped her in arena. Like, I pulled her from a crystal a while back, and then I got her in the arena when she was around last week, and I do want to take her up eventually, but from what I've heard, insane damage, regeneration, great questing character. So I think those are both personal choices, but you might ask somebody who's kind of got them both ranked up. I really like Hyperion, but I don't get to use him very much anymore. I think I used him in the Cosmic chapter of 5.3 just because, well, him, and I got to dust off my Miss Marvel, so that was fun. But otherwise, you know, he's not making Alliance War because of diversity and everything. You can only have one per battle group and all that, so he is 99 now, though. Aaron C, ever since I switched from Android to iOS, I don't mind grinding without suicides. Man, I've done some grinding without suicides, and it takes like well over 20 hits per match, and which is fine on like short stuff like milestones. I'm not too concerned about that. It's these big grinds that I really want them on because I'm cutting the number of hits pretty much in half most of the time. And if I can do that over the course of like hundreds and hundreds of fights, then I'm gonna save a ton of time in the end for sure. Here and see, how much does Coagulate cost? Man, it's been a while. I think, man, there's a list out there somewhere on what that stuff costs. I want to say it's probably one carb core, the 500 unit one, probably one of those per level, I imagine. That probably makes sense. I don't think it's like two, or unless it's two and then one and one, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Silent Prince, the only reason I don't like Suicide is stupid recoil. Oh man, no doubt. However, if you run Double Edge and you like magic, her limbo will recover all of recoil damage plus 15%. So letting off a special with magic actually heals you by 15% more than the recoil damage would have done. So you'll gain back the 5% of your health plus an additional 15% of that 5% every time you use a special. So it's really good with magic for sure. Cameron, I'm a bit ahead of you, but my streak is at 348 using dark magic. uh, no. I've got a 27 5 stars, man, and I have not skipped a beat with them. I've run them every 6.5, 7 hours. So, I haven't, I have not boosted. I take that back. I had a couple of 4-star boosts in Overflow, but I didn't refresh them. I just used them to get them out of the way so they didn't expire and all that. But I've not refreshed. I've not boosted besides just using a couple that were in Overflow and just kind of running my champs as they go. Muhammad, how did you become the leader for Loki? It's like Fight Club, man. I can't talk about it. But no, seriously, I joined for Loki, and I guess I kind of built a little bit of a rapport with the previous Alliance leader, Euthanitis, and to my surprise, because it wasn't discussed or anything like that, he kind of just said he wanted to make me leader before he stepped down, and so I just kind of stepped into the role. It was a very touchy situation for about a week, but then I think my guys, believed in me, and it really helped that I have great officers. I mean, like top notch. I honestly, I doubt that there's another alliance in Marvel Contest of Champions that's like as well put together, organized, and on top of the ball as we are. So. Most famous nobody, who would you like to see for the boss in AQ Season 5, and what if they created an all-new Map 7? A boss for AQ, oh man, it's probably going to be somebody we haven't seen yet. I hope it's not somebody like Mephisto, because, you can beat Dormammu with anybody. I beat him yesterday with Ultron. Mephisto requires certain champs to take him out, so honestly, I don't know about that part of it. If they create an all-new Map 7, we would be playing Map 7. That's all there is to that, for sure. Cameron, I'm doing this with no suicides. Not that bad since I don't have the agony of thinking how much items I have to spend in Map 2 due to suicides. No doubt. Honestly, though, man, I have been item-free all week so far, running full suicides. And partially it's because I use one regen champ for my first 2 sections, like Wolverine or X-23. I gotta stop doing that. And then once I get into that 3rd section, it's all bleed and poison stuff, so I mean I have to use Ghost Rider and I have to use Ultron, and they've got hella regen and they're immune, so those don't bother me whatsoever. And the damage, I'm not timing out on any fights whatsoever, and my rank 4 Ultron now can get through Iron Man on Thorns and end up in the fight over 50% health, so I'm totally pumped about that for sure. Batman Beyond, hey buddy, good to see you. Fathead, little 3 Loki love in the house. Good to see you too, sir. Muhammad, what are the duties of an officer or a leader? Well, it varies in different alliances, and I'm sure even within the same alliance from time to time. But my responsibility, what I feel, is I'm kind of just the contact person. I handle a lot of communications from prospective recruits, which at our, with the notoriety that people like BG have given us, and the reputation that we built for ourselves, I get a lot of requests, sometimes daily, 3 to 5 a day, where I'm writing back people, or I'm taking screenshots and adding people to our wait list. So that's a big part of my role, and just making sure that everybody else is kind of doing their own job. But then as an officer, officers sort of take care of their own battle groups, and then different officers within the alliance kind of take on different responsibilities, whether it's doing things with Alliance War, or launching an Alliance Quest, or communicating certain things via our news chat. So it just depends, man. But everybody's got a job, and everybody here does it really well. Cyan Magic is cool. You got a rank 4 5-star Star-Lord. Well, yeah, of course his L2's the stuff, man. Nobody hits like Star-Lord. But you know what? Not everybody's as fortunate to have a rank 4 5-star Star-Lord. I did all of Labyrinth with my 5-star Gwynpool and my 4-star Star-Lord. So, what's the fastest and best way to earn gold? I would say Arena. I think Arena is because what you'll do is you'll get crystals, right? And you'll get champs, and then you get ISO, and then honestly, I sell ISO because I get too much of it from Arena and duping champs at this stage. So I would say, yeah. I mean, I sell. The other day I sold a week's worth, because that's what I do whenever it's starting to expire. I sell it so that I've got 7 days before I have to do it again, and I usually sell about $500,000 worth of gold a week. Plus opening your battle chip crystals too. So Arena. Most famous nobody. How long is the waiting list to join 4 Loki 15 plus? It varies. I would say right now I've got a handful, probably 5 to 8 that are like super qualified. 6,000 plus prestige, map 6 experience, everything we'd want, to come join. And then on top of that, I've probably got an additional 10 or so that are like borderline, getting ready to have rank ups and stuff. People that we're just kind of keeping on the back burner, and people I'm staying in communication and in touch with, just seeing how their progression's going and everything. And they reach out and show me stuff, show me videos, what they're doing, and just kind of keep tabs that way. The only trouble is, I can only take 30 members in 4 Loki, and it's just tough. And our turnover is super low because everybody here is, unless they're stepping away for either personal reasons or they're going on vacation and can't get on Wi-Fi or something, then there's like 0 turnover. I think we had, Nightcrawler, don't beat me. We haven't had an opening. Oh man, in months for sure. Yeah, Cameron, there you go. 35 plus, easy. Modoc next AQ. Now that, because he is so new, Aaron C, gotta go. Take care, buddy. Thanks for swinging by, man. I appreciate it. Modoc, because he is so new, I can see that. Kind of like how they did with Dormammu. He came on the scene. People started getting him, and the next thing you know, he's the boss. And I don't really have too much of a problem with Dormammu. I'm glad that they, of course, didn't make him duped. That would have been a huge BS move, but they did pretty right, I think. Are the people that add you and send screenshots at least worthy? Not like a 10K? Oh yeah, man. Well, the people who send me friend requests in-game, they're usually not worthy because they can't read, because I have it right there on the home page of our alliance that if you're interested to contact me via line app. But no, man, 99 times out of 100, they're in the ballpark. I won't say they're always qualified, but they're usually pretty close anyway. Most famous, what's the most amount of gold I've ever had? 18 million. I hit 18 million a while back, and I've really sort of just hovered around where I'm at. I've done quite a few rank ups lately. I actually crossed over that 500k PI earlier this week, so I've done quite a few rank ups. But man, the way I play, like I said, selling all that ISO and everything, I've got infinite gold from this. I even pay double donations every week, so someone can cover my loyalty. So yeah, gold's not an issue. Just had unfazed trigger against me 3 times in a ring. If I, three, who are you using, man? Like an evade champ, I guess. I had a trigger on me twice earlier. Actually, it surprised me. I didn't know what kind of buff they were getting. I was like, oh, somebody's running unfazed because I was using like Spider-Man Miles Morales or something. I was like, who runs the unfazed mastery? But okay, whatever's clever, man. Whatever floats your boat. Well, it's hard for me for the battle chips because if I grind them, it's just right away donate them. Well, you're not grinding enough, Batman. My donations, our donations are pretty steep. You know, we run a lot of map 2 and map 3, and I can get all of the donations for 1 week in like a day. So that's a pretty good grind. If I'm grinding pretty casual, I can get it over the course of like 2 days, maybe. Just don't open them. You know, I mean, I know we all need units, but if you need units and stuff, and grind some more. I mean, to really stay up in this game and not have to spend money, you got to play arena. I think it's hard to get all the resources you need if you don't play arena. Most famous. How many alliances have you been in since you began playing? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this is technically my 5th. I mean, I say technically because the first one I joined is whenever I first signed up, and I'm like, okay, I think I need to play in an alliance. I'll go find one, and then I hit the like recommended tab or whatever there is available for you, and you just join one that has like open enrollment. I was there for like 2 days, maybe. They made me an officer, and I should have just kicked everybody in there for being like completely worthless, but I didn't. So I found this other alliance when I was like 15k rated, probably something like that. That was called. Oh man, it's gonna come to me later. But anyway, I was with them till I reached about 50k, and then I went to an alliance called AFA 30, where I spent about 5-6 months, and they were an awesome group. I really loved playing with all those guys. Became really good friends with them. But it just became obvious at one point that I wanted more in the game than 90% of them did, and I was outpacing them. So then I went to Sin 6, Green Goblin. I really loved that alliance. I was there about 3 months and kind of ran into the same situation where my progression was outpacing quite a few of the others, and I wanted more than anything, people that contributed in all aspects of the game in terms of like the arena combat events and all the 3-day events, and that's when I found 4 Loki and came here, and man, I'm not going anywhere now. Kick BG for some of those sweet 6k prestige guys. BG is on his way. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but he's got them plans, man. And anybody that's got plans, I got room for people with plans. If you're a dead ender, don't plan on ranking anybody up or doing Labyrinth or any of that kind of stuff, then yeah, you're not gonna ride our coattails for very long, man, before we sniff you out. But Brian, he's already done 2 paths. That's the thing with Labyrinth, man. You do 1 path, a lot of people stop for a very long time. You need to get back in. You need to do that 2nd run. You need to do that 3rd run. So he's coming up on his 3rd run like this week, and then I mean he's almost 50% done. You know, then it's 4th run, 5th run, and then by that you're like, shit, man, 2 more runs. I got this thing done, and get it done. So yeah, Brian, he wants to get over 6k. He wants it bad. I think he'll get there. I ain't worried about Brian. And it takes a lot to get your prestige up that high. My prestige, I've got 5 rank 4 4-star, or rank 4 5-stars, and my prestige is like 6,300 roughly. But that's like, well, Doc, I don't know if Doc's still in here, man. That fellow there is pushing 65, 6,600. Ronan, one of our guys, just recently ranked up another champ. So yeah, we've got some pretty big ballers, man, and you'll see Loki, 4 Loki's gonna be on the AQ leaderboard rise. We got some guys making big moves, making big plays, and that's where the loyalty pays off, you know, because we've stuck it out with these guys, where some people might have, you know, done things a little bit sooner than others. But now they're starting to come around. They're starting to get those better champs. They're starting to get the better rank ups and better prestige, and you're gonna see us climbing for sure. Mohammed, thanks for swinging by, man. I appreciate it. appreciate the chat. Too bad I didn't really get to give you too much bad life advice. But the night is still young. See if I can get this Nightcrawler here. There we go. This ought to do it. Yeah, cool. Cameron was using Miles. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah. I know, it's like a low percentage chance to trigger even. They're fighting Jugs, dude is unstoppable too much. Yeah, true. Miles is such a pain in the ass. Do you ever think you burned out on this game? What about the game needs to change in your opinion? Burned out. I don't know, man. In my life, I've always, whenever I jump into a hobby or whatever it is, game, I usually dive in very, very hard for a few years to just get to be the best I can at it. I was a very high level competitive racquetball player for years and years and years actually. I was into skydiving for years, was into frisbee golf for a few years, you know, playing, like, just like I said, I dive into something, I dive in head first, and I've been playing this game now a little over 15 months. So in my span of like really going balls out on things, I'd say I'd still have at least well over a year. And as long as they're making good decisions in terms of where the game's going and everything, then I'll stick around, man. I really enjoy it. Not only for the game, the challenge, the champions, but also the banter, crap, got clipped. The camaraderie, I guess you'd say, and just the general chat, and you know, just keeping up with people and seeing how they're doing and talking. You know, even though it is through the internet, everybody's a real person. So, what about the game needs to change? Man, really, right now it's just content for in-game players like myself that are kind of rinsing through all the stuff that they're bringing out without a whole lot of difficulty, and then Alliance War. And by Alliance War, I pretty much just mean defender kills, man. That is literally just about all they need to make it great again, because then people could kind of mix up diversity with whether or not they can get more kills by placing non-diverse defenders. So, Batman Beyond, I'm only at 171k and have one rank 5 because I don't have the goal for more rank ups. I'm at 8.7 mil Alliance. Yeah, you know, the whole PI of your, like the total PI of the Alliance, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on that. I mean, I did it first, you know, it's like, oh man, I'm in a 3 mil Alliance, or I'm in a 5 mil Alliance, and then the other day, it was somebody brought it up. It's like, oh hey, we're like a 14 mil Alliance. It just happens naturally as people progress and stuff like that. But if you're needing gold, just play arena. You'll start duping champs. You'll get too much ISO. At all times, I've got anywhere from 2,200 to 2,700 items in my overflow. And like I think 2,000, that's always ISO. So you can sell that for gold all day long. Sulafa Ahmad, sorry if I mispronounced that. Do I rank for Green Goblin or Spider-Man Classic? Ooh, I would probably say Green Goblin. Just because he's got that regen, and he's right now got some nodes in war that make him an absolute monster. I'm assuming they're both awakened. And Spider-Man's prestige kind of sucks, so yeah, I go Green Goblin all day, brother. Doc Lurkin, good to see you. What bad life advice about anything do you have for us? Depends. What do you need advice on? Because I can give you bad advice for days. I'll just think of like what you should do, and then just tell you the exact opposite. Like, for instance, do I buy an Odin and try to spin up for a 5-star blade? Or do I pay my electric bill? You know exactly what you should do. You spin them crystals up, brother. Spin them up. Get that blade. And if you miss, you call Apple, Tell them your dog or your kid or whatever got your phone so you can pay your electric bill. And if you plan on being evicted, then you just use that money and buy more crystals. Zagan, blade prediction. Hi man. Hi, hi, hi. Something tells me he'll be like, I don't know, 17 mil, roughly 18. I'm shooting for like 20 to 21, personally, because I think I've only ever missed one time for a champion, and that was when I was in the intermediate bracket. I went for Gambit, and I think it was top 200 get him, and I placed 201. I think it was 201 or 204. I like just missed him, so that was the only one, and it was kind of a half-ass grind. And of course, my roster sucked at the time and everything. So since then, it's just I well overshoot. I mean, if I think the champ's going 3.5, I'll do 4.5 and probably end up at 5. Iceman's first round, I saw he went crazy high. Second round, I did like 7.5 for him, and of course, it was crazy low. So yeah, I don't mess around. If it's a champ I want, I'm gonna go all the way. Go for Rocket again. I've got him Sig 40, and I'm not gonna have time, of course, this round because I want to get Blade. I'm actually thinking about selling him, but Sig 40 is hard for me to sell because a few more dupes and he'd already be, you know, maxed anyway. So I'll probably just hang on to him. How to feature my 1-year-old in my crystal opening. Cameron, there's like child safety laws about that. Or work labor, you have to get a release form first, man. But I guess since you're his dad, then you can sign the waivers. It can happen. How do you feel about spending units trying to 11 Grandmaster crystals? Well, I did a 10 batch when they first came out, and I got 1 4-star Loki. I swore off of them. I opened 7 because I had like 2,300 units a day ago, and I got Blade. So, man, if you don't mind spending money, or if you've got a ton of units and you grind, whatever the case may be, and you don't mind it, then yeah, you know, go for it. That's the reason I haven't spent my glory egg, just in case I need a potion, and I don't have units to buy a potion. I can use my glory for them. Dog got a hold of your phone a few months ago, bought an Odin, ran through Labyrinth. Yeah. I've heard of people, you know, they put it in their pocket, phone in their pocket. Damn thing ran all the way through Labyrinth, 100%, took the right path every time. It's insane how that stuff happens. Yeah, I knew a guy once who, I think Cameron, this is before your time. He went through Labyrinth, tried to say that his brother sold all his champs, because I was like, well, who'd you do this with? Oh, I had a 5-star Starlord, but my brother sold them. That dude, he was a hacker from the get-go. He should have been booted a long time ago, taking out bosses noted. He'd live stream too, right? But he would only live stream Arena. Never do any questing online. And then they came out with an update, and he was dying, like super early. And then he wanted to quit. So, hey, Sammy Stoichescu. I think I got that right, man. Good to see you, buddy. Doing good, doing good. Sagan, doing 20 mil. Yeah, go like 15. Because I'm doing 20 mil. And there's only 800 spots. And I want him. I've got him. I got to awaken him now. Don't make me use my gem. If I had a skill gem, I wouldn't be doing this. But it's a generic. So, I got to do the grind. And I'll get him to 99 right away. I was surprised I could take him up to rank 4 so fast. I'm always lacking in like all the materials to take up champs. It's the tier 2 T2 class catalyst that I'm like always out of in every single category. It's disappointing. You'd think they'd be more easy to come by. I do. Oh, he also fought Bleed Immune. Yes, yes, that guy did. Without Bleed Immune champs, and he would rinse them all day long. Iron Fist through a Bleed Immune lane, not a fight, not with a regen champ, but a lane. Yeah, that ain't right. That's a red flag. Virus saw one. Now, however, with the current state of war, I have gone against the bleed node. On the left side is Path 4, and I've used X23 before, and she, as long as the fight keeps going and she regens, it's no big deal for her. Hey, I got it right. All right, thanks, Sammy. I appreciate it, man. Cameron says he does that with Voodoo. Yeah, I used to take the old bleed node in Alliance War with Voodoo because he could regen enough at the start of the fight to offset, because it's a time bleed, right? It's like 60 seconds or something. So if, as long as you survive past that 60 seconds, and if you've regenerated anything, then you're not going to die as long as you don't get hit. And he ends fights quick enough. How many hours do you put into arena grind each day? Most famous? Like, are you talking about like in a featured grind or just like hitting milestones? Because if you're talking about hitting milestones, probably less than 2 hours. Because with my 550s and 440s alone, I can do, let's see, I can do about 400,000. So I've only got to do that like 4 times over the course of 3 days, and it only takes me 15 minutes each time. So that's not bad. And then for the featured arena, I have 27 5-stars that I can get 600,000 points for each round, each time I run them. So I run them twice the first day, 3 times, and maybe some 5-stars, because I don't like to run them on that last day because the new arena is coming around. So there's another hour and a half. So yeah, I really don't spend that much time, just because my roster is where it's at. Now when you're first starting, oh dude, I remember getting 2 million points. It was torture. I mean, it was like the hardest thing in the world to try to get 2 million points. It was setting an alarm every time my 440s were refreshed, and which I only had maybe like 5 of them. So yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. Yeah, we've all missed Brian's streams. He's trying to fix your internet. Dude, you just got it. Is it broken already, or is Comcast trying to hook you up? Comcast in my area is like awesome. They've got the cable internet, the super fast download speeds, the super fast upload speeds. Speaking of which, how's my stream going, guys? I'm seeing the playback here, and it looks pretty smooth. I've seen it buffer maybe a time or two. Just want to make sure you guys are getting decent quality. You ran into a power shield electro, didn't go well. Yeah. No, doesn't go well. Cameron, you're still subbed to Ash. He sometimes does these weird LOL streams that no one watches, some odd stuff. Is he still doing stuff? Oh man, I don't know. I got away from caring anything about that guy quite a long time ago. I just didn't like, well, everything about it. Everything about what he was doing. Hey Brian, Mr. Contest Champion, I know you mentioned earlier you were behind on Arena. You caught up any? Sammy, Ash was a Russian hacker, man. I mean, of course, you can never prove things, but he was in our alliance for a while. He was in for a little while after I joined, and he just he would take out AW bosses, magics, whatever, with his Iron Fist, like fully linked, which is unheard of. I mean, 500,000 health or something crazy. So, and solo him, that, and then like Contest Champion was saying there earlier, he would take bleed paths in Alliance Quest with like Ronin and Iron Fist and who knows who else, and not lose a single champ through the whole lane. So, and not being bleed immune. So yeah, nothing, nothing to miss. 8.3. Oh man, you caught up big time then. Yeah, I kind of had like a slow afternoon, but I think I'm on pace, really. Of course, I like getting out hot and heavy and getting it done, but I'd like to end tonight around like 12 and be around. I want to be at 14 because, like I said, my goal is about 21 personally. I want to be at 14 by 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That puts it at 2 days, 2/3 of my goal done. And then worst case scenario, I guess I get some units and I just start refreshing my top 3 for 90k a run. I don't think I have to do that. My guys will be back online here. I think my 5 stars here shortly, maybe in about an hour. I'll be able to run them again. But yeah, 27 5 stars, man. I mean, I can get a lot of points very quickly with those guys. I still want to dupe my Ultron though. Keep opening these things. I don't even care if I don't even want Star Lord. I want to dupe my Ultron since I already took him to rank 4. 13 before day 3 starts, so that'd be what, Monday, Tuesday, before Wednesday? Is that what you're considering day 3? Should ask my Russian wife for sure, hacker. Yeah, dude, don't let her touch your phone, man. You'll get banned immediately. It's like account sharing and hacking all rolled into one. How many 5 stars and 554 stars would you suggest someone has before starting the featured arena? Depends on the feature. Someone like Nightcrawler, who went for like around 10 mil. I mean, you're gonna want at least probably like 9 to 12 5 stars, I'd say, just to, you know, be able to put up a significant chunk of points pretty quickly. Or just 3 if you don't mind spinning units on them and refreshing them. So a few 5 stars and then 4 stars. I mean, I think you'd want probably at least like about the same, 9 to 12 550s and then some 440s, you know, to mix in. I've got 20 550s and 10 440s, I think, at the moment. And then all my 5 stars. So yeah, they help a ton. But if you don't mind refreshing and spinning units, then I mean, you don't need near that many. The grinds I did for Nebula and Yondu, I definitely I spend probably about 1,500 units per grind, refreshing my top 5 stars just to really stack up points. I'm trying to do this one on the cheap because, as you can see, I'm broke. So, but I've got some battle chips if I need to open them. Oop, that was a rookie mistake. Is the music coming through pretty decent? I tried to fix it where there was some game volume too, sound effects and such. Trying to see if that's coming through as well. I can't actually hear anything. I got it. It's all quiet the way I've got it all set up. I guess I could put, I don't know. Everybody else does predictions. That's fine. Maybe I should put it up, but mine won't be a cutoff. It'll be about, if you want this champ, this is what you should hit. Like Rocket, for instance. This round, especially with that T4 basic going on, I don't know, if I wanted Rocket, I'd probably put up 4 to 4.5. Even though he's an older champ, he'll probably go much less than that. But that's what I would suggest. How many VCs do you open at a time, since you normally donate double donations? I don't double all of them, I just double my gold. So just a single battle chip donations. I usually open like 100,000 at a time, typically. Like I'm coming up on an opening right now. I'm at 90, almost 92,000. So 8 more thousand, and I'll open. I'll open some. I've been going for the Grandmaster ones, the 10K ones. Music's coming through great. Awesome. Appreciate it. Man, I love Voodoo and AQ. The comebacks this dude can have. That's what I used to think too. And I think that one of the reasons you see that is because you're running a rank 4 Voodoo. I found that running my 4-star rank 5, that you had to play perfect. I mean, if you slip up once, like that, everything that you've regen back and all that is completely gone. So, but I do really enjoy playing with him. I used him a lot in War, and he used to just rinse some nodes. Contest champion. I kind of want to do a 24-hour live stream to finish the blade grind, but then probably be too tired to do. Oh, dude. Time it right and get you like a nap, and then just jump into Labyrinth, and you're doing the short path. Not that it's easy. I'm not. I will never even refer to. I mean, I guess you have to say the easy path, just for the simple fact that it's like labeled the easy path by GM or whatever. But none of them are easy. They're all long. They're all hard. And but if you got a 24-hour live stream under your belt, and a couple-hour nap, you're good. You're good. 11.5, plan on hitting 16 before day 3. Now, I guess when you guys say day 3, like, are you talking about Thursday, like the final day of the arena? Or I mean, not Sunday, the final day of the arena? Because my goal by Sunday morning would be to be sitting on like 18, pretty much, and wrap out like 3 mil or so before 1 o'clock when the arena's end. And I don't know how people do this all the time, like Dubes and Ray Ray. Oh, those guys. That's a machine and a half. And Brian, I don't know how you used to do. You used to go for all kinds of features. I remember, this is way back before I was in Fort Loki, of course, but I remember your cable grinds, your hook grinds, your Dormammu grind. That stuff was insane. I can't do this all the time, man. I guess you play games for a living, so that's cool. But yeah, I cannot dedicate this kind of time on the regular for sure. Paul, any advice for LOL Easy Path and A-Bomb run with Hulk? Pound it out, dude. I used Hulk, my rank 5 4-star for Abomination. He just gets that damage ramped up from being low on health. Alright, I'm out of champs here. When are we coming back? 50 minutes. Alright, we'll go do this other arena. But otherwise, just bring the right champs for your lane, whatever you're going, and go pound it out. And Cameron, see, dude, look at that. I've already done I did the basic too already, so that's why I'm behind you a little bit. Use 3 stars, man. I was using a boost, and I was getting 17 to 20,000 points by using my 3 stars there. It was awesome. Tough fights, but hella good points. Final 24 hours of the arena. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Day 3. I got you. Yeah, and Brian, I should be available Sunday evening or some potentially if you need commentators, some water boys, whatever the case may be, whatever you need, let me know. Help you out any way I can. My second crystal got me a 4-star blade, so that saved me a grind. Nice, dude. That feels good. Cyan, what was my time in Web Slingers? It was 1 hour and like 3 minutes, I think it was, or 1 hour and 5 minutes, one of the two. I got 3rd place with Gwynpool, so that was a lot of fun. What do you think cutoff will be for Goldblum's challenge? I imagine it'll be pretty similar. The only reason that makes me think it would be just a little higher is because a champ like Gwynpool, who can do the damage over time with the bleed, is a lot different than what people are doing with this current event, which is using magic and just spamming the SP2. So, but it's gonna be right around there. I know a few guys who are in that. I think Legacy did 105, and I think Quickshot is right around there. So it's gonna be pretty competitive. These events are very tight, and because everybody, everybody that is going for it is, I mean, actually, whenever the Web Slingers came out, I think that's when Dave, right, Dorky Diggity Dave, got his Legends title, and he came in at like 116 or something like that, which I thought was like, no way that's gonna happen. That he's gonna make it. So I was really surprised by the cutoff. So it's hard to tell. Basic, I'll probably do it. Maybe have 2 basics coming tomorrow. Dude, you can never have enough basics. I thought I had enough, and I had 6, and now I have 0. And they go fast. They go fast. BG, all right, cool, brother. Just I'm sure you'll put it out there when you're gonna do your run or whatever. So I'll pay attention to that and just make sure I'm around. If I am, I'll definitely hop on with you. Cause yeah, those grinds, dude. Whenever I was going through Labyrinth, I was just sitting in my house, by myself in the quiet, like, oh, here's Doctor Strange again, this freaking guy. And to have someone to like talk to about it or be able to see what I was doing, that would have been so much cooler. In T4B Arena for the Kang and Thanos teams, do you ever feel that those teams act like they're all or nothing knows? Because, oh yeah, dude. One piece of advice I can give there is to use, when you start to get to that and you know you're going to be there, and that's when I don't even mind using my 3 stars if I have to, use power control champs. So if you've got like a Vision, Magic, Rogue, Iceman because he can eat the SP3, any champ that can control power or walk away from an SP3, then just use them. Hawkeye, Dr. Voodoo. And because yeah, the AI plays really weird in that section of champs. So whatever you can do. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. I'm running out of boosts. Just use like I said, just use power control champs, and you'll get through it. Tell Voluntaris he boo boo. Where is Voluntaris? He was up late tonight talking crazy about war. He must have went to sleep. 73 minutes for Web Slingers. There are already a few people doing 55 to 59 minutes. That's pretty good. I hadn't heard of any 55, 59 minute runs, but that's pretty good. Dave did 1 hour 12 minutes. He was 70. Oh wow, 130. Wow. See, that's how tight it is. 1 minute and 30 places within 1 minute. So. Joel Line playing a different game. Those have been fun to watch. I've watched a little bit of the Cuphead. I haven't played it yet to really see what it's all about, but yeah, do the Cameron, do the basic with you don't start running into the tough battles until like 11, 12, 13 streak, and then after that, just use solid champs, and you get crazy points though on a 3-star arena boost or something, and you get good points for doing it. Makes it go quick, if you're putting up 50k points around. I mean, it's like running 5 stars through there. Batman, then before that crystal, I pulled a Gwenpool. Here's the funny part, my Awakening Gem crystal from the Goldblum challenge. Hope I spelled it right. You pulled a mutant. Oh, it's never what you want or what you need. It's always something else. And Pure Gonzo, he's got his banana primed and ready for BG tonight. Oh boy. He's in the fluffer room, getting ready for BG's big stream. Ready to jump out and show the world what he's made of. Dameron Striker, did I try for Blade? Not as a 5-star, no. I don't have enough shards to give it a twirl. I did pick him up though out of the crystal, and so now I'm going for the dupe. And all my champs in that arena are out of energy, so I'm kind of hitting some milestones in these other arenas real quick. See if, oh man, I guess tech maybe? See if I can build my units back up. Maybe get some battle chips and we'll do a quick opening real fast. I've had some awesome luck with those battle chips, the Grandmaster ones. I got to open 10 and pull like 600. I did 2 in a row where I got 600 units and I got 5 something. And I was like, awesome. Then I opened 10 more and it was nothing but gold. And man, all that grinding, 100,000 battle chips for gold. It's like, makes you cry inside a little bit. I can't save for a million. I did one time, I think, and I don't know. I like to open them too much. If they did a Maestro arena, are you talking 4-star or 5-star? Where only a top 100 could get him, would I go for it? Nah, probably not, man. I know of too many people that like can live on this game and grind arena for days on end, and I'm not one of those guys, so nope, probably not, man. Probably not. I wish them the best. Hope they stay hydrated. I lucked out with one featured, hoping I get Stark as a 4-star since I spent all my shards. Nice, dude. Got this guy sending me screenshots and wants to join for Loki, and he sent me some stuff where he pulled like a 4-star, a 5-star blade. He got selected as one of those all what is it called, the Summoner's Sanctum Vault winners. He got 3,100 units from it, and he's just having all kinds of luck, insane luck. And that, you know, people hate on Seaton for getting like awesome champs. He's probably just because he's the most publicized, man. There's tons of it. Go out on Reddit if you want to get real salty. Go out on Reddit. Our buddy General Maniac is amazing at throwing those things around like on a Thursday, 2 hours before our summoner advancement ends, and we're on hold. And it's like, look at this dude. He pulled discs out of this crystal, and man, you get real salty real fast being on Reddit. It's always the best of the best pulls, man. Nobody posts their shit pulls for the most part. And I'll be honest, I've fallen victim to those posts a time or two where it's like, okay, well, maybe I can pull one, right? There's no difference between me and him. PG is going to need a set of time for when he starts shooting, because 1:30 a.m. for him. He's already said, Batman, that he's going to keep it the same for everybody. So it's still going to be 1:30 a.m. Eastern. It'll actually be 10:30 Pacific time now. So stream time still staying the same. I watched someone open 3 mil battle chips. He got near 7K units. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. That's a lot of grinding, though. So he deserved it. Got lucky off 1 Grandmaster Crystal. Got a 5-star Quake off 1 at my science. Stop collecting dust. Awesome. Excuse me. That's a great feeling. Quake is a good champ. Our buddy Gran Kahonu has a 5-star Quake, and I think he awakened her, but he's debating on whether or not to take her to rank 4. And she's actually a really good champ, especially now that they added back in the ability for her to be able to parry after her evasion from charging a heavy. So she's a great champ. Envious, you love your 4-star Quake, but awakened and ranked Hulk instead. I assume you're talking about a 5-star. This is a 4-star. I mean, dude, you keep playing the game, they just keep coming. I wanted Quake, and next thing you know, I've got her at 99, and I've pulled her like 3 times over after that. So, Summoner Vault, Sign Prince. It's a Summoner Sanctum thing that they do it seems like it's every month. They send you an email, and you participate in a survey, and you put your name into a hat to like basically win an Odin is what it boils down to. And then at the whenever they announce the winners, I guess they just send you in-game mail. It says here's 3,100 units for your opinion and feedback. Pulled a 5-star Ghost Rider from a regular crystal a few minutes ago. Oh man, good job, dude. Rank 3, 100%. Rank 4, most likely. He's a beast. It's because of Captain Bay he tried for Blade. Yeah, I heard he had really sick luck, I think. Yeah, my Ghost Rider's only a 4-star too. I'd take a 5-star, but my 4-star puts in work. He's putting in work today. Had to finish my arena grind for Angela and Gold earlier this week at work, and boss kept wondering why I kept going to the restroom. Thankfully, I am self-employed, so my boss is pretty much my wife, telling me, "Why didn't you get any work done today?" I'd be like, I just didn't feel like it. I've only been playing since December. Awesome, awesome. I started, well, that'd be been on 10 months. Yeah, I started in July, so got a few months on you. Do Arena and Map 5? Yeah, Arena and Map 5. When I first started, I was definitely playing, I thought it was Phoenix there for a second. I started playing map, I think it was like map 3, and then map 222 is what we do. And the arenas have changed so much since I first started that people coming along nowadays don't know how easy they got it. Yeah, rank 3, use them on AQ. Yeah, great champ. That's an easy choice. Easy choice. That's part of the reason why I'm going for Blade. Is, well, of course I already have him now, but for the dupe and, you know, get him just all he can be. But is that synergy with Ghost Rider where he has 100, like, I think it's over 100% chance now to, which you can't go over 100, but to place that judgment. So if he can place that judgment with 100% accuracy every single time, then man, that's huge, because I know that I can run through. That's why I run Mystic Dispersion with my suicides, is I know I can run through all of my judgments and get that SP3 off and do the regen last, and it just lasts and lasts and lasts. No ending it. Sign Prince, why I haven't heard of that before? I could use an Odin. Yeah, me too. I've done the survey they send out every month for the last whatever, however many months it's been, 6 months, something like that, at least. And I've never won one yet, but I'd like to think that one day my name will be called. It'd be pretty cool. Alright, I need to open some arena boost crystals, because I don't want to do this arena a whole bunch more. Let's see here. Arena boost, open like 50 of them. Yeah, I love the arenas now. I was lucky to get a 3-star back then. Yep, everything has changed. Let's see what I get here. Alright, cool, all 3 stars. And I'll tell you what, while we got you guys here on the stream, I'm gonna give myself a gift I've been saving for a long time. It feels like 5-star Unstoppable Colossus. Purchase. Nice. Whew, that feels good. Oop, let's go to champions. Mystic. Oop, 5-star. Boom. I just got my UC dupe. Been saving for that guy for months and months and months. Got him. Unstoppable. For how long? 2.73 seconds. Okay. He's such an aggressive player too. I'm going to get him ranked up and get him on defense. I remember when I do Expert Proving Grounds religiously for T4B frags. I haven't done it in months now. Man, I mean, you see my roster and where I'm at in the game. I do the basic every time. I've only missed it, I think, twice since it came out. You always need basic fragments and catalysts, so don't. It adds up. You get an extra T4 basic every 3 weeks or 20 days, I think is what it comes out to. So it helps. Batman, what did B Manny explain the summoner trials thing that he mentioned? I think it was I was talking about uh, the survey that they do. There's a website you sign up, and they send you a survey every month asking you about different parts of the game. Here's a funny thing to make you laugh. When I ran my alliance, command permanently disabled my chat in game. That almost been 2 years now. Wouldn't tell me why. Guys didn't like being kicked for sucking. Well, yeah, that happens. I've definitely kicked people in not this alliance so much, but other alliances for sucking. Yep. I'll get back to 100k real quick. Hope so. I never plan on buying UC, so what should I really do with my 900k loyalty? You should pick up the 5-star at least for arena points, man. It's a lot of points over the course of it. 24 5-stars for me now. Hey, sweet. Yeah, definitely more arena. I've got 27 and he makes one of them. And I went for the dupe just because I do plan on ranking him to rank 3 and hopefully putting him on defense someday. But I'll be saving back up now. Maybe get the 4-star, just kind of saving loyalty. And if you want to do something with it, you could probably trade other people like that need loyalty, and they can donate your battle chips and gold for you. I have 10 million loyalty. Nah, what? Legendary Gamer, good to see you. I like gambling. What do you think of an uncollected alliance crystal should have? Excuse me for a second. Did they say something about coming out with an uncollected alliance crystal? What should an uncollected alliance crystal have? That's a good question. I think like 30% boosts, like the attack and health boosts. The 30% ones, the 25% healths. Probably like level 3 alliance team revives. Things like that. Your high-end stuff, for sure. I mean, that's what uncollected is. Is there a link for the survey? I'm not really sure. Legendary Gamer probably has the Mystic Stones for Mystic Dispersion unlocked. But I mean, that's one thing you can do with your loyalty if you haven't already done so, is unlock Mystic Dispersion. Alright, I am going to jump into Alliance Quest real quick. Got a fight to do here. Let me take off my thing for just a moment. Get up into this fight here with, let's see, Black Widow. I think this should be. Let's see. Ultron just over half health. I'll heal him up on the next fight. Alright guys, I'll be back with you in a sec. This fight sucks. Man, 3 parries in a row though? Unheard of. Let's see if I can do Ghost Rider justice here. Give you guys a little tutorial. See how much I'm healing for though, because of the poison? Alright, we better bait a special. Let this off. Secret screens. I know, man. I bitched at people for showing AQ on stream. I can't be one of them. Dude, the parries are just landing today on her. She rarely lets me stun her this much. Slippery evade. Alright, nice. One sec, I get back out of here. Yeah, super secret up at the top, man. Everybody likes to keep it all hush hush. Cyan, yeah, that's a good point. You can't join Summoner Sanctum. Kabam selects you. I got an email a long time ago to join it, and I said, alright. Don't ask how I got 10 million loyalty. I had 10 million battle chips. I got 12k units. Should that feel good or bad? Let's see, per million, that's 1.2. That's probably a little bit low. And probably no 5-star Punisher either. Alright guys, let's see, what else can we do here this evening? Got a little bit of energy. Oh yeah, I went and opened some crystals here. Am I at 100k? Not yet, not yet. I think a few more rounds here I'll have 100,000 battle chips and we'll go open some. Open up 10 of the uncollected ones, see if we can't score some units. My donations are in for the week, so I'm good till next Sunday. How come leaders, officers don't like when people show AQ? Well, I mean, we don't really care about the fights themselves so much. It's more about like your score and prestige. It's just kind of gets pretty competitive, man, up here at the top. You know, people want to run, know what maps you're running and what your starting prestige is, so they can outdo you essentially. And you kind of got to keep that to yourself as much as you can. There's been some leaked info lately, though, that I'm sure some people are pretty pissed about, but we won't get into that. We used to not care too much, but that's whenever, you know, our placement was pretty much just set, like, oh yeah, we're gonna hit this rank. But we're in a pretty tight gap now where we're shooting for top 15 a lot, top 35, and if somebody knows that, hey, if we bump this day to this day, it'll outdo them and push them off, then we gotta keep that under wraps. Manny, can you discuss times in the game where you or others you know felt stuck in the game, like story quests? Let me think. Yes, I remember a few things vividly. One being whenever I was still up and coming, I think it was Act 3, there was Moon Knight there, and I just kept spending and kept spending because I didn't have a poison immune champ past like rank 330 or something, and he just kept eating my lunch, eating my lunch, eating my lunch. It was a very expensive fight, probably 1,500 units just on him alone. So that was one time where, you know, I felt like, oh man. And then most recently, it was the Labyrinth of Legends X23, because I used Guillotine for it, and I went through like 10 fights and I didn't do like any damage at all, and I started to question, like, I mean, I'd seen it done, so I mean, I knew it could be done, but kind of like how Seaton felt, you know, he was like, what the fuck, like, am I gonna be stuck here in Labyrinth like forever, like permanently? And it started to feel that way, and so finally I just kind of took a break and I went back in and started chunking her down a couple 100,000 points at a time, or health at a time, and started to see it could be done. And I changed some masteries. I realized I had some masteries like Pacify, where you reduce ability accuracy when they're stunned, and you know, she wasn't proccing her regen which fueled my Mystic Dispersion. So once I turned that off, things started to get a little bit better. It was still a really super rough fight. But outside of that, for me, the only other one time I can think of was whenever I was fighting Realm of Legends Wolverine for the first time. It was insane. I hit him over 1,000 times with Scarlet Witch and nothing. I mean, full health. And I finally just had to quit. And then I backed out and I went back in once I got Loki. I went back in thinking, alright, I'll just steal his health, or steal his regen every time it pops up. Well, that didn't really work very well either. And then finally, I realized, I read some stuff, watched some videos, and saw Guillotine do it. So those are about the only 3 times I really feel like, man, I was up against a wall. But you power through, and hopefully you're better for it in the long run. You can't get past 5.2.4. 5.2.4. That is that where? That's where it starts to get tough. 5.2 starts to get tough. I think that's either what they call it, the masochist and the pessimist one, or something to that effect, where like if you get a buff, they get a buff. Now, have you completed it, or are you talking about 100%? Do you have any tips for 5.3? Yeah, I mean, sure. Just bring good champs and play well. That's about all you can do. Magic is great in all the chapters, and otherwise bring the class-specific champs for whatever part you're doing, whether it's cosmic, skill, science, mystic. Just bring your best champs for those particular sections, so their damage output's not gimped, and you'll be good to go. Like, I rinsed the cosmic one. I did bring Hyperion and Miss Marvel, but I used my 440 Thor at the time a lot, and he slayed it for me. So that's no issues. Scarlet Witch was the wall. In Realm of Legends, yeah, she can be a pain. I think the very first time I went through her, I died maybe like twice. And it's the poison. So if you just bring a poison immune champ, like a Hulk or somebody, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with that. Is it a better option to use Dr. Voodoo for X-23? No. You want to use Archangel in Labyrinth, if that's what you're talking about. Archangel will demolish her. Brian Grant did that path last week or 2 weeks ago before his move, and he used Archangel, and I think 11 deaths is what he had, which is awesome, because when I used my Guillotine it took me like 40. So X-23, take her out with Archangel for sure, because Voodoo can't stop the healing. All he can do is just poison her. And plus, you don't really want a Mystic in Labyrinth of Legends, because once you get to Maestro, it's going to suck real bad. I know a couple of people who have beat their initial clear with a rank 4 5-star Voodoo and said it was just awful. Used a 3-star on her. Oh, a 3-star Archangel on her. Oh, wow. I wonder, what was your enrage timer? Did you... I guess you start out in the second enrage then, so pretty short timer. I bet that was expensive. At least with a 4-star you'd get both. At least, what is it? You get the 2 short timers versus just 1 short timer. Doctor Strange for Realm of Legends Wolverine. Yeah, that could work. Just being patient, I guess, and getting an SP3 off. I beat her multiple times, and beat him, Wolverine multiple times with different champs after I did the first time. I went back in with Scarlet Witch. I did a speed run. I beat the whole thing in 42 minutes with just using Scarlet Witch and full suicides. And she was able to, but this is all pre-12.0, so her crit rate was much, much higher. And you could just basically nullify, of course, his regen pretty much immediately. But what I would do is I would save an SP3 just in case he stacked like 2 or 3 regens and I couldn't nullify all of them right at once. I would take and just let off the SP3 and nullify all of them at the same time, and then just start again. Oh, okay. You're saying you use 3-star Archangel in Realm of Legends on Wolverine. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could work for sure. Leah, completion. Still haven't beaten the Collector. For me, it is skill. Getting better in practice more, but 5.2.4 is hard with having to spin units and only 440s. Oh yeah. If you don't have a lot of resources, like you're gonna spend, because even when I went to do it, I remember one run cost me 1,100 units to beat the whole run and the Collector. Now it got easier for me after the first few times, but it's gonna cost you for sure. They made it tough for a reason, so don't expect to get through it without using, revives. But just go into arena and farm and farm and farm and build up your stash, and then go in when you're ready. So why must you quit the fight for X23 with Gilly? Oh, I didn't quit it. I kept going. I beat her. I mean, you gotta quit the fight, like, if she starts to proc a regen and you don't have your SP2 app that's gonna reverse all of it, because I mean, that's just gonna regenerate so much more health. Yeah, you gotta quit the fight then. But otherwise, no, you stay at it. Yeah, you gotta have the SP2 up and active on her at all times. Cause I forget the percentage of her health she regenerates, but I mean it's insane. It can undo a lot of your work very, very quickly. Kind of like Doctor Strange in Labyrinth of Legends. If you get hit by him, pretty much any time, he heals for 50,000 points, 50,000 health per hit. So a couple hits, man, there's a couple 100,000. He's right back up. And you talk about being frustrated. That dude's hard. I'm looking forward to BG's next stream, next path. I'm not exactly sure who. I know he made a video about it. I have to watch it again. I think it's like Jane Foster and Vision and maybe Daredevil and some of the others on the inside of the in the map. It should be fun fights. Later, Cyan. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope to be able to do this more often. Maybe do like Friday night streams or something called Friday Night Lights. Be manny. Hoping to get up to 100K here in battle chips, and I'm gonna do a little opening and probably just go ahead and call it a night, guys. I appreciate everyone coming along, hanging out for the last hour and a half. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy chatting with people. It makes the grind go fast. I haven't even been paying attention to my phone or the arena at all. Most famous nobody, the Collector crushed me, and I kept using 40% revives with Hulk 550. Most rage quit. We began to reach in. I didn't even know. Dude, we've been there, man. I've got a video up on it when I fought the Collector, and Hulk was my MVP. He was able to stun lock. I think my mastery included pacify, so I don't know if that had something to do with him not, shrugging off my stuns or whatnot. But I was able to crush him pretty good. OG Vision and Juggernaut. See, I don't have OG Vision, and I didn't have regular Vision ranked up whenever I did that, so that was a little bit tough. The Collector only costs you 300 units. Is that for all your runs or just the one? Like the initial clear? Because if that's all the runs, then that's awesome. And if it's just the initial clear, that's awesome. I think my very first time through, I got it there on my video. It was, let's see, I think I died 6 times total. 1 team revive, and then died like 5 times or something. That wasn't too bad. If you guys want insane regen, Hulk was amazing on Collector for me too. Yeah, excellent. He is. He's very good. If you want insane regen, go fight the new War Node maps and put Green Goblin and Mephisto on a couple of different nodes. they're they're wrecking people left and right. I'm kind of glad that they've buffed some of the nodes too, because it's gotten rid of some of the weak skill we were seeing. But we still got to bring back defender kills. There's some way to measure a skill of an alliance versus another. We had a war a couple wars ago where they died 212 times or something like that. We won. We had them by defender rating, but they died 200 and plus times to our like maybe 70 or something. And if we would have lost, I mean, you talk about being salty. Like they were a horrible team. I mean, there was just awful gameplay, and to lose to something like that just because they had better champs is ridiculous. Shouldn't be the way it is. Watch numerous fights on it, so I was semi-prepared. That's awesome, man. That's a great thing to do. I think I've not really been much on patience in terms of like new content, so I think I jumped out right on it within the first day or two. I had already fought him and taken him down for the first time. And then, of course, you know, maybe watch some videos afterwards of people doing it with champs that I didn't have, like, oh, I'm gonna use Daredevil or Nightcrawler or OG Vision. And it's like, well, that's nice. I don't have any of those champs, so I mean, I might have them, but just not ranked up. 212, yeah, dude, it was insane. It was insane. I'll try to. I'll show you. I mean, I don't think it matters, right? It's just war. I'll tell you what. Let me find it real quick. Make sure I'm not showing anything I shouldn't be, and I'll show you. Show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I don't remember. So let me see if this is it. Defender kills. Nope. Hang on, I'm still looking for it. The stream is still alive. I'm just trying to find. Here it is. Okay. Alright, I found it. Defender kills 204 to our 96, and we only won by 100 and what is that, 62, if I can do math, 162 points, just because our defender rating was a little bit higher. But yeah, that's insane. There's no way that you know, is skill based, period. Yeah, I was glad we won, let's put it that way. When he first came out, I didn't have a rank 5 yet. Man, that's good. That's good. Now I've had a pretty decent roster for quite a while, so it definitely helped for sure. I had Gwenpool and Hulk, Gambit, a bunch of other questionable rank ups for prestige. And I'm not gonna let Doob outdo me this round on item use. Keeps trying to jump ahead of me, but I'm not gonna let him. My 10.8 mil ally doesn't even do diversity anymore. We just send in our best champs to prevent them from getting 90 plus on a 3-war win streak. Most famous, what tier of Alliance War are you in? Sothi, should I rank up a 4-star 440 unduped Angela, Punisher 2099, Electra, or 4-star dupe 440 Venom? Out of those, I'd probably say Angela. Now 440, man, or girl, whatever. 440 is easy to come by, so you can take all those champs to 440. I know that 2-4 basics may come a little slower for you, but they'll come faster, trust me. You're probably going to get the most use out of Angela for the time being. Electra is really good, but I think that her signature ability is kind of nice. It's really nice to have. Angela would be #1 priority for sure. Then kind of go based on what you need after that. High speed pursuit. We haven't done diversity in the last 5 wars, just hardest defense, full MD, all the good stuff. You've won all 5. Nice. That's at 4 stars undue. Captain Marvel, Drax, Loki, and Thor. Yeah, unfortunately, those are all champs that aren't very good unduped. Yeah, Angela, Nameron, Striker is doubling or seconding my vote. High speed pursuit, 21 war, 2500 rated. Okay. Most famous nobody, tier 2, 3. Okay. I just don't know that that'll fly at our level, man. We're tier 1 also, high speed. You probably know that. We trade our defender rating a lot. Like, if we match up with somebody, we always reach out and just say, hey, what's your defender rating? Or they reach out and ask ours. And we communicate. Because there's no reason for anybody to unnecessarily spend. I mean, the only person that wins in that case is Kabam. But if we are up against somebody and we see that we've shut them down on a certain lane or a certain node, then yeah, we're gonna push to make sure we've got more exploration or boss kills or whatever's needed to win. But since war started, we have only not 100%ed the map, I think twice, maybe 3 times, and once we knew it was a loss, so we didn't want to spend. And one time which was this war actually, we shut them down way early, and with diversity, and they just couldn't get past our defense, and so we didn't have to 100% for the win. That's great. I'm glad to see that that people are winning by using various methods. King Michael, need to run diversity to win wars. Win comes down to defender rating. Yeah, it does when everybody 100%. But what they're saying, I think, is just shutting them down. Period. Like, not letting them. But see, that's the thing, man. When you get high enough, people are going to spin. They're going to use boosts. They're going to do what is required of them to clear a lane. So it doesn't always work that way at the high end. Use the soul boost to sneak by him and item use, dude. I used 40 and then I sold my soul for an additional 25. So I've used like 60. I used 65 of them earlier. I'll show you my score. Hold on a second. One more round, I get the next milestone here too. Any tips for Act 4? Not particularly. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, they're really long chapters, so use like a regen champ. Wolverine, X-23, Rogue, somebody that's, oh, that son of a bitch. Look at that. He's got me by 435 points. Now, we're going to change that. We'll change that right now. 440, unduped Angela can beat Act 4? Probably. I could beat Act 4 with 3 stars, man. Like I said, Wolverine, any regen champ, bleed champ. Just any sustainable champ can get you through that stuff. Unless it's like some crazy node where, I don't know, heal block or poison or bleed. Those are the only ones you gotta look out for and bring specific champs for. I haven't played it in a really long time. I beat Act 4 when I've been playing like 3 months. So it shouldn't be too difficult for you. Yeah, Nameron Striker nailed it there. You can beat Act 4 with 334 stars. High speed pursuit. Yeah, you want to see our summoner advancement score? These guys here. King Michael doesn't matter. Hard defense. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nah, we'll get through it. Like, one of our guys got hung up on a Mephisto on a node today, and I think he was a rank 4 or 5 star even. And I came in, I used Quake, played Quake style. It went really well, but man, it got really tricky, and he caught me. Used Iceman. I kind of mistimed some of his specials because I'm not used to them. And I was like, you know what, just screw it. I just used magic. Used my rank 4 magic. Ate him alive. Done. Should have just used her to start with, and I would have had 2 other champs with me the rest of the time. But magic will see you through a lot, for sure. high speed. Yeah, for sure. Our time is coming. We're getting into whale range. Man, honestly, like, well, okay, with the new war system, we went a bunch of wars recently, like with 0 to less than 5 items per battle group, and 100% cleared them. And part of that was diversity, and part of it is our guys are skilled. So it's kind of a little bit of both. You got to be good, but when you're going up against weak champs, so that's the thing. You can try to place difficult champs, but all you're gonna do is make the other team. If the other team sees that you've doubled up defenders and are just making it tough on them, they'll know that they've won. So it's kind of like guaranteed shards. Like, okay, so I've got to revive and spend a couple hundred units on potions to guarantee 700 5-star shards. Like, yep, we're gonna do it every time. Oh, one more, and I can go open some uncollected arena crystals. Maybe you guys will be here for a 5-star Punisher. That would be sick. Let's go. I think I've got the most of these. No, just one tech. Okay. No items. What is going on here? Okay. It was there and it like disappeared. John Wesley Thomas, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for the hand wave. Appreciate it. Janie Smith, just want to tell you that your kid is cute. Thanks. I think so too. She is pretty cool. She is 6 going on 7. Loves to do anything that I love to do. So I really enjoy spending time with her. And now all these things are like immortalized where I'll be able to hear her voice forever at that age. So it's pretty cool. I do enjoy it. Sorry, going back up on chat here just a little bit. Sothi, I'm gonna call you Sothi. I also have a 440 Cap America Classic, Gambit, and Yellow Jacket Unduped. Those are decent champs. Gambit, you can do some stun lock stuff with. Yellow Jacket does some good damage. Cap America can block for you. Angela can regen. All those champs, maybe try to get some synergy in there if you can, but otherwise they should all see you through Act 4, no problem. Sothi, thanks for the quick advice in gaming. Yeah, man, anytime, that's what I'm here for. This is Arena, Q&A, and bad life advice. Definitely practice parry and dexterity in the arena. Yeah, I take a little bit more time than I should on some of my arena fights because I always try to play them like I would a real fight. 330, 4-star Wolverine, Magic and Beast, Unduped. Who's the unduped one? Because if it's Wolvie, it changes things a little bit. But if it's just Magic, then yeah, you can still do well. See you, Sothi. Thanks for coming by. Kids are 2 and 4 and daughter loves open crystals. Oh yeah. My son, he's 4, doesn't really get into it like my daughter does. That's cool. It's kind of like our own little things. What's neat is like when she opens stuff, like she knows what's what now. Like, oh, that's garbage, and oh, I didn't want 2-star, and yeah, it's funny. Yeah, bad life advice. Check it out. I even have my donator thing ready. It's like funder of bad decisions. Open some crystals? Yeah, bad decision number 1. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. And the internet for my phone is keeping up really well. My phone got super hot when I streamed my Labyrinth finale. But no heat tonight. I haven't noticed too much lag on the playback. Seems to be pretty good. That's 100K, right? just go back real fast. And I want to check and see where my champs are at. Oh, 2 seconds. Sweet. 6 minutes. 10 minutes. 12. Okay, 20. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit, and then they'll be back ready to roll. So I'm going to go ahead and open up some crystals and call this stream a wrap. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Friday night. It was fun. See, there's some more gold. Let's get that out of here. Glory, greater glory, can't open them. T4 class catalyst fragment crystals 347, can't open them. 28 class catalyst, can't open them. I mean, I can, but I'm capped on so many things. Thanks, Tammy. I haven't given too much bad life advice, but the night is young. Who do I think would perform better in Labyrinth 11? 4 stars, Stark, Spidey, or Star-Lord? I have nearly enough Sig Stones to take either to 99. I don't know, Nameron. The simple fact being the short and rage timer. Like, Star-Lord obviously takes some time to ramp up his damage, but Stark Spidey kind of does too, because you gotta do the poise charges. It's tough to say. I really don't know. Something tells me that they're gonna wind up being about the same because you have that short timer. Now, if you were given the long timer, probably still Star-Lord. Alright, and Rapid Pop 9. 75 units. That does not feel good. What I've been thinking is that you should average, okay, so for like a regular arena crystal, you should average about 4 units, right? And these are 5 times more expensive. You should get 20 per crystal. That should have been about 200 units. But I got 75. Bummer. The T1 alpha struggle is real. Oh man, I had 12 the other day. And I ranked up. Max, good to see you, man. Good to see you. And I ranked up a couple champs, and I have 0 tier 1 alphas. But I'm really close to that tier 2 alpha. That's gonna feel good. And yeah, I'll show you guys my stash here real quick. 1 basic, which came in the calendar earlier tonight. I'm close to forming a second. I'll be able to do that, no problem. But 8 cosmic, 8 science, 7 skill, which of course I'm getting ready to take blade up, so that'll be cool. Mutant, 3 mystic, and 4 tech. I just took up Ultron, so that kind of cleared that out. I've got another cosmic in the overflow. I've already had like 5 or 6 expire. And then I opened a bunch of tier 3 class catalyst crystals the other day to get what I needed to rank up somebody. Ouch, yes, high speed pursuit, that did hurt a little bit. The gold drop rate, yeah, make it units. I just want units, to be honest with you. That's all I'm after. But you see my ISO 2492, when I want gold, I'll just select all these and sell them. I mean, that's gold for days. So there's probably a couple million in gold right there if I needed it. But I'm all good. So yeah, it's back to grinding. I've got that 100k. Someone was asking about battle chips earlier. I got that 100k since yesterday. So, but 75 units. I mean, if you equivalent that money wise, it's like what, $3 worth of units? Yeah, I'd rather just buy them. I could have spent my time doing something else, but that time doing something else wouldn't have been points in the arena. So, damn, the king is on. Vex, what's up, brother? I'm at the end of. I think I'm about at the end here. I got my champs getting ready to come back on refresh here in just a few minutes. I'll tell you what. While you guys are here, we'll do a do another alliance quest fight. I got a bolt of energy, and we got Juggernaut coming up. Little stun immune Juggernaut. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna focus up here for a sec. See what we can do. Oh man, seriously? Oh no, I shouldn't have used that. Oh man, I'm so dead. Yep, that was horrible. I haven't done that bad against him in a long time. Don't do fights on stream, I guess. Let's try again. I hate losing my Ghost Rider. I'll catch up on chat here in just a sec, guys. That should do it. Alright, man. Brutal. Oh well. Ultron will see me through the rest of AQ. No problem. No problem. Alright. Damn, 50, 100k BCs every couple of days. Yeah, that's about right, man. I mean, if you're hitting milestones and, you know, collecting that way, you'll definitely get them there. At the office programming, please don't go. Let me see where my champs are at. I might hang out a little bit longer. Vex, do I get an invite to 4 Loki finish? LOL. You can certainly get on the list, brother. I would gladly put you on it, man. Love to see some of the guys from 2 Loki and 3 Loki stepping up. You hated that fight when I first tried map 6? Yeah, that's probably the worst one. I've got 2 more Juggernauts to fight, but he's the only one that's stun immune. The other ones are Caltrops, which of course is bleed, with Limber, and I don't really parry him too many times, so it's not too big of a deal. So Hey, Sonal Kumar, catching you live for the first time. Thanks, man. I've only been live twice, so this is like popping my streaming cherry, so to speak. I don't get a chance to do it very often. Let's see. Okay, got most of those milestones. Should be able to hit all those, no problem. Agent Venom versus Symbiote Spidey. Don't know what that's referring to. For Loki, way too scary. Aw, dude, this is where people come to really play the game. Don't mess around. Just depends on what you want to get out of the game, man. You guys are pushing pretty hard. I mean, you have event minimums, right? I don't know what else I don't know what else scares people about For Loki. It's just people who love to play the game. If you love to play the game, man, you'd be right at home. Right at home. Hoping Brian can get on to stream here in a couple hours. I'm sure everybody's anxious to see him all set up again and out on the West Coast and back in business. Nameron, I feel you. Thanks for swinging by, hanging out in the chat for a little while. I do appreciate it. Always good killing the time with people and having some good conversation. Passing around some ideas, getting some arena on. Thanks, Nameron. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some more live streams. I would love to. At least maybe get a weekly thing, maybe like every Friday or something. Yeah, they're pushing event minimums hard. If you don't hit min, you pay top guys donations, I assume. Yep, that's what we do. Or are you referring to us? Spider-Man 2099, Anti-Venom. I don't know much about those characters. They must be, I'm not big on like, oh, Marvel. I mean, I like Marvel. I like watching the movies and stuff like that, but I'm not big on like different storylines and who people are and that kind of thing. But I'm all about new characters, man, as long as they're sweet and fun to play and have interesting mechanics and some awesome damage. Yeah, bring them on. See ya, High Speed. Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. Hope they make MODOK playable. They released, some, Vex, you were there at NYCC. They released some, like, images of her or graphics. Or they released something of her, didn't they? I mean, I know they've confirmed that she's coming to the game. I just didn't know if like anybody had already seen her, what her sketch looks like, what her graphics look like, or anything like that yet. I'm ready for 5.5, what is it? 5.4, right? Yeah, that'd be the next one. I'm ready to round this chapter out and get some sick rewards, personally. I don't care who the final boss is. They're gonna go down. And I want me some tier 2 alphas. Archangel's neurotoxin, for sure, is way worse than Iceman's Cold Snap. Because you can get away from it. Or Hela. Yeah. I can see that. She looks pretty cool from what I've seen. So that's another one I'm contemplating trying to get enough shards for to try, but they showed images of her which seemed awesome. Cool. Sammy, can you guys join our tournament Sunday, 7 p.m. Be 10 o'clock Eastern? Ooh. Trying to think. Possibly. I've seen your post on it. I'll just have to take a look, man. Sunday evenings like that are a little bit tricky for me. Family time and all that. How is Dormammu and Ghost Rider not immune to incinerate? Yeah, good question. How is Ghost Rider? How can you poison him? I mean, he's like bones. So yeah, and he's on fire all the time. So there's the incinerate part. They didn't want to make him too overpowered, I guess. Probably an oversight, or they just didn't want to, like I said, make too much into one champion. Kind of like Mephisto. I mean, he's what, poison immune, but you can make him bleed, but he's incinerate and cold snap immune. I don't know. That stuff don't make sense, man. They just make characters up that however they feel like it. Hoping the GF can pull Starkey twice for me so I can go for Thor Hella. That would be awesome. I'm ready for a new champ to take up to rank 4 or rank 5 even would be sweet. I mean, obviously, you know, my top champs are pretty good here. Gwenpool, Iceman, Magic, Winter Soldier's okay. Ultron's Prestige, he's rank 4, but he's not high enough to make my top, top 4 that you see. But I'm ready for someone sick, someone new. Chuck up there. He's got some awesome everything. Gamer 101, I'm probably not going to look up your profile, bro, but there's tons of videos on growth and performance and what you should be doing. Join an active alliance and play arena and be active. Those are my 3. Those are actually good advice, contrary to the title of my stream about bad advice. Bad advice would be to tell you to just spend money on crystals and don't join an alliance and never play arena. So do the exact opposite of that. Oh, Vex, yeah, we talked about you, I think, a day or 2 ago. It's like, let's get Vex in here and throw his Green Goblin right there on node 24 or whatever it is. Our 554 stars, I have video, because I was watching guys fighting and I was like, you know what, I'm going to record this. And I got video of them going in against our guys' Green Goblins. And the Green Goblin was like down, I don't know, quarter health or down to half health. And the fight ended and they were at full health and he was back to full health. And it just made me laugh so hard. Oh man. Yeah, people don't quite know how to fight that node or fight that fight and are getting just absolutely destroyed by him. Deadpool X-Force if deep wounds applied. It does apply. It makes his bleed that much longer. I don't know what you mean, Salafa. Deep wounds works with Deadpool X-Force. His bleeds just don't stack. So if you're going to ask a question, man, be specific. Do you take Daredevil, Unduped, Classic, Scarlet Witch, Unduped, Classic? I don't know what you mean by Classic. There's only one Scarlet Witch. Green Goblin, Unduped, Spider-Man, Unduped. Oh, okay, there's the second part. To rank 4. As a 5-star? Obviously not, right? Because there's no Scarlet Witch. You're talking about 4-star. You can take anybody you want to rank 4, because basics are easy to come by. But of those 4... I don't know. I'd hope you'd had other options, I guess. They're all unduped. Scarlet Witch would be good if she was duped. Daredevil would be pretty good if he was duped. Green Goblin, he might be the best bet there. Bro, my Green Goblin was sitting at 75% HP with 6 kills, came back to 11 and 4. Yeah, people are terrible at that, man. They're just no good, honestly, Vex. Our guy Jude Lilly has gone up against that node, and he's lost a champ or two, but he's always cleared it, like every time. Their Green Goblins never get more than like 1, maybe 2 kills max. Last war they might have got 1 because Gran timed out, but otherwise he cleared it without dying. Oh, it wasn't Green Goblin though, it was Crossbones. Never mind, sorry. You won because they couldn't finish that lane. Dude, that lane gets doubled a lot. And now there's some other tough nodes that, yeah, this next war we're going up against, we're not worrying about diversity either for a change. And mostly because we know that our defender rating is going to be lower. So we're going to give them hell. It's all good, Salafa. 4-star, yeah. Vex, you know all about Green Goblin. How is he unawakened? Would he be worth a 440 as a 4-star? I mean, I would imagine so, right? So now, node AW. Well, it depends on what tier you're in. If you're in tier 1, I think it's node 24. Salafa Nightcrawler gets a lot of kills in AW. Sometimes, yes. Depends on the node, depends on the tier you're in, depends on if it's a 4 or 5-star, depends on if he's duped or not. But I can tell you right now, at our level of war, he's probably lucky to get like 1, maybe 2. But I have seen Jude's Nightcrawler, which is a rank 4 5-star, awakened of course, duplicated, pull down 10, 11 kills also. So yeah, it depends. Like I said, this new war, since they buffed the nodes, is sort of separating the boys from the men, so to speak, in terms of, are you any good, or are you just going to spend your way through a node? And Green Goblin is actually making it so you kind of cannot spend your way through that node, because if you keep playing like garbage, he's not going anywhere. There you go, there's your answer. 440 unawakened is fine, he'd do it for sure. There you go. I think I have him as a 3-star. I'd have to look up and see what his signature ability is. Blade is the newest champ I've got in a long time, in terms of like being featured or not, you know, not released into the general pool yet. And I got my money makers on deck. Let's go. Get them into circulation. If I'm about to kill my opponent and they hit their SP3, I usually try to make sure I'm gonna kill them if I'm gonna push them to an SP3. But yes, I do hate it when that happens. Actually, upping my prestige next, since I duped my 4-star Carnage going to rank 5, laugh out loud. What's your prestige, Vex? What's it gonna be? New War is legit trash. It was, but I think it's changing slowly. They're bringing back some skill, but they have to reward said skill, because current state of war without punishing crappy play kind of can't continue to fly. Oh yeah, Vex, we saw the Blade video. It was shared pretty much immediately. In that broken regen. That was cool. They rinsed him in one go, but obviously that's not how it was supposed to be. Oh, a hard opponent? Yeah, who wants to basically act like an all or nothing node? Yeah, that happens early. I'd say between fights like 13, 16, 17, depending on the team you're using and whether or not it's like a Kang Thanos team. 4,900? Okay, you're getting there. Vex, are you an officer in your alliance? Moon Knight is severely underrated. I like Moon Knight. He's got that stun lock. He's got some evade. He can actually be a pretty good defender. I've got him at rank 2 as a duplicated 5-star. I'm going to bring him to rank 3 eventually. Because I actually want to place him on defense, but with diversity and defender rating, I had to choose a higher PI defender, like a Loki, for instance, who's actually like, you know, probably a terrible defender versus like a Moon Knight, but have to put him in for his high PI. Even though they're both unique defenders, the defender rating still counts. No, Loki thought I was considered for a little. Feels like you should be. Man, I get 2 Loki and 3 Loki mixed up. You're in 2 Loki, right? With Joel? I don't have a lot of interaction with y'all's members, just the leadership. And I don't really keep track of rosters and stuff like that. Just try to help with potential recruits and fill in slots if something's coming available and stuff like that, or if I get people that aren't qualified for us that reach out and might be able to find a home in 2 and 3 Loki. Salafa, you find a lot of things you don't like about the game, man. I hope you enjoy playing. Really hate trying to get tier 4 class catalysts? I mean, why? Why do you hate it? It's part of the game. I love it. I mean, I have more than I can open at the moment. They come easy. That's right, Joel, Napa, South Ends. Okay, cool. 2 Loki, that's what I thought. Did I finish Labyrinth of Legends? I did, 100%. Awesome. You know, Labyrinth, the classic Ultron that they give you, he's a good champ. He hits really hard. Like, my rank 4 5-star Age of Ultron, the one with the regen, he hits harder than the classic Ultron, but the classic Ultron's only at rank 3. I imagine that if I ranked him up, he would be one of the hardest hitting champs I had. The only problem I have with Ultron is, and any champ of similar nature that has that passive evade, is it wants to trigger at like the worst times. Like, you'll be dashing back and they'll do that passive evade and it's so shallow you end up getting clipped or hit by the next thing. I've actually been blocking Agent Venom's bullets, and he does a passive evade and then I just eat the bullets. Like, I stop blocking. So I don't like characters a whole lot that have that passive evade feature, but man, he hits like a truck because he gets a fury on every 5th hit, and he can really lay it on him. Which mastery helps Green Goblin? Well, I'd probably say the recovery mastery, just because he's always regenerating, so 15% extra regeneration on whatever he puts up is probably good. Other than that, I've only got him as a 3-star. Haven't played a lot with him. Couldn't tell you a whole lot more about him. let's score some real points. This guy's got, look at this guy, he's got a rank 4 5-star blade. And my Iceman will crush him. See, it depends on what mastery somebody's running. Like this guy might be running some despair, but I'm losing 51 plus what, 12 with magic, 63 times 30. Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's about 1800 health. He's got despair on. But for questing purposes, she wouldn't lose near that much health per fight. But man, in Alliance Quest, I'll do like 20 fights or more. So region champ comes in big time handy. Alliance War though, I don't know. Up 7 is usually the most, so. Tech Collar, there you go. Prevent the other people from getting power. Ultron's SP3 is long. It's way too long. I save it usually until the end of a fight, especially running suicides. I just don't like to sit through the animation. Well, that it eats up, you know, the fight's only 3 minutes, which is 180 seconds, and it takes like 20 seconds or something. So I mean, it eats up like 15% of your fight just to let it go. So yeah, I always hold it to the very end. Agent Venom immune to everything. He's got a pretty high chance to shrug off all debuffs, so that's sweet. I really do enjoy using him. Oh, there was Nappa. I should have fought Nappa. Oh well. Went too fast. Now, Classic Ultron's Prestige is really good, though, if you awaken him. Chuck a bunch of Sig Stones into him. But I figured I could find a better use for my generic gym. With all these awesome champs coming out. I missed my special. There you go. Hey Vex, thanks for coming by, man. I'm gonna just do a few more fights and I am out of here myself. Take care, man. And if you ever want to get put on that wait list, brother, you just holler at me. You know where I'm at. Alright, little X23. Good champ. Strong damage output, for sure. Matthew DuBois, hey, what's up, man? Hope you're doing alright. Here's a little classic Ultron for you. Stacking them poisons. Hitting like a truck. He's got the heal block too, which is nice. There you go. Fight over. Any tips on Act 4? Nah, just play well. Bring like a nice variety of champs. Otherwise, you can pretty much should be able to just get through with anybody. Bring regen champs too, because they're really long. They are long. I've been farming some energy refills. And some of them have been in Act 4 there. Yeah, it takes a long time to get all the way through them. If they were cheaper, everybody would have them. If they were cheap, everybody would have one. Let's see here. Man, back online. Alright guys, I'm going to take a break and hit up this next section of my champs as they come around. I want to try to end tonight at about 12 million. So I got a little bit of grinding to do, but I do appreciate you guys hanging out, the conversation, watching me get my Ghost Rider wrecked, which sucked. I'll figure that one out. But like I said, thanks for coming by, guys. Sammy, thanks for all the kind words. I hope to see you Sunday if I can. If not, I wish you the best of luck, and I know that I'll catch some in the future. But until next time, guys, we will see you on the battlefield, and take care.